Hey y'all, today's video I just wanted to talk about why I believe that we should stop saying it's just hair, because really it's not just hair. So what I've done is I've written down 8 reasons in my journal on why we should stop saying it's just hair in 2021. And if you're interested in hearing those 8 reasons, please stay tuned. Before I start with the 8 reasons why we need to stop saying it's just hair in 2021, I just want to give a brief overview of myself and hair and the styles that I've worn from when I was younger to now that I am 50 years old. Back in the 80s, we would wear our hair in beads. We would cornroll our hair and put beads on the ends, and sometimes we would start our cornrows off with beads. And during the summer, we would protective style strictly so that when school started, we would have longer hair. So we actually was protective styling way back in the day. And as the 80s progressed, we went to wearing jerry curls. And that's when we really saw our hair flourishing, because of course, all of the oils and the moisture that we were putting in our hair, we really was retaining a lot of length, and a lot of us was able to grow our hair pretty long. But then the jerry curls went out of style, and a lot of us went back to relaxers. We had the asymmetrical haircuts, and we had crimps in the front, we had parts on the side, we had our hair cut short in the back. And when I turned 16, I started working at a local grocery store called Giant Eagle. And every 2 weeks, I would get my hair done. I had enough money to go to a professional, and she would do my hair, and I would let it grow, and then I get it all cut off again and let it grow back. But I always got a fresh relaxer, I believe every 6 weeks. So then we go into the 90s, and we have the dookie braids, and we had the latches. You guys are now calling it today crochet, but we still had our relaxers. We still wore relaxers in our hair, and a lot of us started to wrap our hair. And again, we were retaining a lot of length and making sure that we had hair, right? Then we progressed to the 2000s, and a lot of women started to embrace their natural hair, and they stopped relaxing their hair. I was a little bit late to the bandwagon. I had my last relaxer on May 11th, 2013. I remember that date because my daughter graduated with her BSN from Kent State University. So I remember that date very well, and I've been natural ever since. I wear my hair in protective styles. I big chopped in 2014 for the first time, and then I had to do a second big chop in 2018. Now let's go ahead and talk about the 8 reasons why I think we need to stop saying it's just hair. The hair care market in the United States is a $1 billion industry. And when you look at the numbers of women that are in the United States, there are more white women here than black women. However, black women disproportionately spend more money on hair care products than white women. So yes, there's more white women in this country, and yes, more white women spend money on hair care products. But when you look at it disproportionately, we spend a lot of money on hair care products. So if it's just hair, why are we spending so much money on products? I'll wait for you to answer that one. 2. So I gave you a little overview of my history and my hair, and getting relaxers and jerry curls and all those kind of things. I waited hours in the beauty salon to get my hair done. Hours. Some stylists overbook to the point that if you get there at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, you're not leaving the salon until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And when you were getting your relaxer, typically we never, ever would say that the relaxer was burning because you wanted your hair to get as straight as possible. So again, if it's just hair, why would any sane person wait for hours to get their hair done? I'll wait for that one too. I'll wait. Go ahead. Explain that one to me. Number 3, what I'm noticing today is we have a lot of stylists who live in different parts of the country, and you have people that are literally driving miles just to get their hair done. I saw some videos where people had trips to New York to get their hair done, or someone went to California and they got their hair done. So if it is just hair, why would I make a trip all the way to California just to get my hair done? It's just hair. Can't I just find someone here in Ohio to do my hair? I'll wait for that answer too. 4, we have a lot of women that instead of paying their mortgage or their rent or their car note or whatever it is, they would rather spend their money on weaves, on extensions, on accessories, on hair care products, on whatever, instead of paying their bills. Black women are spending hundreds of dollars on human hair wigs and getting different types of weaves put in their hair. And yet you're behind on your rent. You're behind on your mortgage. Your car is about to get repossessed. But it's just hair though, right? It's just hair. That doesn't make sense to me. Number 5, you can easily go into any neighborhood, not the rural neighborhoods, I'm talking urban neighborhoods. You can go in any urban neighborhood and find a beauty supply store. I live in the suburbs. There's no beauty supply stores here other than Sally's. And Sally's is in a plaza with a lot of other, stores. You don't see any beauty supply stores in my neighborhood, but you can see that in the urban neighborhoods. But if it's just hair, why do you think people would put a beauty supply store in an urban community? 6, there are so many hair growth products on the market right now that give claims of fast hair growth, and this oil will give your hair strength, and this will protect your hair so that you can retain length. There's so many different hair care products that say that we can grow our hair faster or get our hair longer or whatever the claims are. And we buy it. We buy it. I'm going to include myself on this one too. If it says that it's going to grow my hair, and if it has castor oil, I'm probably going to buy it. So why is hair growth important to us if it's just hair? 7. Now here's one of my really big pet peeves. You will see people arguing on YouTube all the time about women who choose to go back to getting their hair relaxed. You can look in the comment section of people just saying, "Oh, you're so stupid. Relaxers are dangerous. They cause cancer. They cause fibroids. I can't believe you're relaxing your hair. I'm no longer going to listen to your channel. I'm going to unsubscribe." If it's just hair, what difference does it make if someone decides to relax their hair? You are getting angry and upset because this woman has chosen to relax her hair, but yet you smoke Newports, you drink alcohol, you probably smoke weed, you probably drive a car. If you don't drive a car, maybe you ride the bus. You eat meat, probably meat from Burger King, McDonald's, all of that kind of stuff. And let's not even talk about the unprotected sex that a lot of the people that are making those comments are having. And yet you have the audacity to say that putting a relaxer in your hair is dangerous, but all of the other things that I just mentioned are not dangerous? If it's just hair, what difference does it make if someone chooses to relax their hair? Because chances are the other things that they're doing in their life is just as harmful. But it's just hair though, right? It's just hair. And number 8, and my last point on why it really isn't just hair. We created a whole system of hair typing. 4C, 4A, 4B, 3D, D, 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 D. And then you see people washing their hair, and then you see the comments, you don't have 4C hair, you have 3B, you have blah, blah, blah. That is not 4A, blah, 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 blah. If it's just hair, what difference does it make what type of hair this person has? That is also one of my high pet peeves. You don't hear me talking about hair typing on my videos because I think it's ridiculous. When I was a little girl, we didn't say, oh, let me braid your hair because it's 4A. Let me braid your hair because you have 3C hair. We just braided hair. I get it that you do want to follow YouTubers that have similar curl patterns. I get that. Just go ahead and follow them. We don't have to label this and label that and label this and label that. But if we do want to label things like that, stop saying that it's just hair. Because obviously it means a lot more to you because you're sitting here arguing with this person about the hair type that you think that they have, and you're only looking at them through a video. You're not looking at their hair in real time. You're not in their home. You don't know what kind of hair type they have, but yet you have these arguments on YouTube, and then you come back and say, oh, it's just hair. It's just hair. Then stop complaining if it's just hair. Of course, I have a bonus. The bonus is people who decide not to trim their ends when they clearly need to get their ends trimmed. I remember back in the day when I would get my hair cut. Sometimes I got a cut, sometimes I got a trim, sometimes I didn't want my hair trimmed, sometimes I didn't want my hair cut. I remember the back of my head used to break off all the time, and I hated that. And I would end up having to get a haircut because I didn't like having no hair in the back. But that's my choice. And the times that I didn't get a haircut because I didn't want one, even though I probably needed one, that's my choice also. But we can't keep saying, it's just hair. It'll grow back. It's okay. You should have cut your ends. You should have did this. You should have did that. Blah, 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 blah. We can't keep saying that because some people do have alopecia. Sometimes their hair doesn't grow back. So you don't know. You don't know what someone's story is or their history or why they're deciding not to cut their hair. But if it's just hair, stop worrying about it. Let people make their own choices on what they want to do with their hair. Hair is our crown. As Black women, we love hair. We love changing our hairstyles. We love doing our hair. We love experimenting with our hair. It's not just hair. It means a lot to us. Some of us have decided to shave all of our heads and they look beautiful. And some of us are able to grow all of our hair all the way down to our butts and it looks beautiful. But it's not just hair. It's not just hair. It means a lot more to us than just people arguing on YouTube. So I just wanted to share that with you all. I'm sorry that I kind of got a little hype with 7 and 8, but those two really bug me when I see that type of stuff. We really need to stop saying it's just hair because it's not. So that's it. Please, let's have a conversation down below. Let's talk about it. How do you feel about when people say it's just hair? How do you feel when people say, oh, it'll grow back. Oh, you have 4C hair. Oh, you have this, you have that. And there's Deja. Comment down below and let's have a conversation. Thanks. Bye.